How's it going, laser Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Novena Diabolos. Let's just get back into it, shall we? Because we are getting close to figuring stuff out. Having finished dinner, I returned to my room. Although we're a few days in now, we're nearly halfway there. As always, my first order of business is cozying up under my blanket. This is the only moment of the day where I can catch my breath. It's important to give oneself a break every now and then. Everything about this place sucks. I lament and audibly vent my frustration into my blanket. While lying down, a face pops up in my mind. It is that of her, who I met here in Hope Hill. I wonder why I'm thinking of her specifically. Who is her? Is it because I think she's the human? Or is it just a sign of me having grown attached to her? Come to think of it, there's been a third murder. I'm sure that considering the circumstances, I could appear suspicious in their eyes as well. It's important to figure out who the human is. But building trust with that person is paramount to my survival. That's why I'm focusing on those two. I stand up. I should spend the rest of the evening with her. Hannah is looking the least sus at the moment. But we'll see. Okay, I should go see Hannah. Before meeting with Hannah, I go over everything I found once more. Nothing I've found has anything to do with that list we're looking for. There's not much I'll be able to tell her. On my way to our meeting spot, I feel like a student who hasn't done his homework and is about to show up empty-handed. Uh-oh. Where was I meant to go? The school? I arrive at my destination. Here at last. Hannah is already there. She's been waiting for me. Or rather, for the information she hopes I've gathered. Sorry, Miss Teacher, no homework here, just excuses. I slowly approach Hannah, ready to get reprimanded. Hey there. Do you know that hall just outside the village? What hall? There's a town hall, quite a big one actually. Wouldn't that be where the records of all the residents are usually kept? A town hall? Personally, I think we should be on the lookout for religious facilities. But I came here without any new info whatsoever, so who am I to talk? That's certainly possible, yeah. If there's a possibility, we can't afford to ignore it. Let's check it out. You sure sound ready for action. I mumble under my breath and follow Hannah at a fast pace. So you haven't been in there yourself yet? It's too dangerous to go alone. Residents visit frequently, and at irregular times. One of us has to look around while the other stands guard. And it's only now that I notice Hannah sounds quite exhausted. She's probably been preoccupied with how to infiltrate the town hall right up until now. I feel sorry now, because of how little I've contributed. I was so busy checking out all the other important places, as a result, I left Hannah with all the workload of our investigation. We both don't say anything as we walk. She's tired, and I'm not brave enough to apologise. That's it over there. The town hall isn't that big. Hope Hill Village isn't exactly a sprawling metropolis, so that makes sense. A short distance from the town hall's entrance, there's a road leading toward the village. A couple of villagers appear to be taking a break there. They're quite far away from the town hall. But with the open road, they've got a clear line of sight to the main entrance. Front door's out of the question. Follow me. Where are you going? There's a back door over there. We can take that route. Hannah seems to have already come up with a plan on how to get inside. I'm thankful that she's so reliable and admire her tenacity. But there's still that lingering feeling of regret because I haven't been of any help. Well, now's our chance to prove ourselves, isn't it? The town hall's interior is big enough to accommodate pretty much all the villagers. I wonder what they talk about during meetings. Religious sermons? The newest K-dramas like Normal People? Jin Sung, please keep an eye on the entrance. I'll look around. Sure thing. Though I've only met her recently, I feel like I can tell quite a bit about Hannah's personality. Strong-willed, a leader, always one step ahead. Unlike most people, it doesn't seem arrogant or overconfident in her case. To me, it seems like she's always been a loner, working on her own. Not too sure I like that. Seeing Hannah like this. I can't but feel like I'm staring into a mirror. I sigh and try not to dwell on it. I walk toward the front door and to keep an eye on the main entrance. I press myself against the wall nearby and focus on what's going on outside. Gotta do my job properly. It's been about 5 minutes now. I'm nervous and my neck feels stiff. I move my head back and forth to loosen my muscles a little. I sure hope getting out of here will be as easy as getting in. I can hear footsteps. Hoping I might have just misheard. I concentrate and focus solely on listening. I see, so that's what actually happened. Exactly, you've been lied to all your life. There's definitely people talking. Sounds like two voices and they're headed this way. I can't see them. Are they coming to the front entrance? I make my way back to Hana as quickly as possible, all while being extra careful not to make any noise. Huh? Why'd you come back here? Shh. That sound. Upon hearing the footsteps, Hana realizes the urgency of the situation. I move my lips without making a sound. We've got to hide. What about that room? What if they go in there? Got any other ideas? No. I look around and notice a closet nearby. The closet's empty. I think it's big enough for the two of us to hide inside. The footsteps draw closer and closer to us. Our lips speed up as we anxiously try to communicate. This closet. Really? It's too narrow. Blame whoever built it, not me. I still vote for the room. Hana runs off toward the door, reading Secretary next to the closet. The door doesn't open. Hana's face turns redder than a landscape shot of Mars. There's no time, hurry! I grab Hana's wrist and step inside the closet. My heart is pounding. This is how sardines must feel. I inhale deeply to slow my heartbeat. There's the closet smell of old wood, but also another unfamiliar scent. This scent. It's warm and soft, almost like skin after a fresh shower. It's only at this moment that I realize how tightly I'm pressed up against Hana. My heart starts pounding again, this time for a different reason. Hana will undoubtedly feel and hear my heartbeat. I really didn't plan for things to end up like this, but my heart just does its own thing. I look at Hana and try to read her expression. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like she's noticing my rapid heartbeat. She's probably too worried about getting caught, man. Like we should be. Just calm down. So it turns out she actually did notice. I don't really know what to say and just nod my head. Another thought pops up in my mind, one that would be considered exceptionally creepy under normal circumstances. This natural feel of his skin, its smooth texture that's clearly visible when looking closely. Could a monster, an evil demoness, even actually look like this? Or could this be the perfect disguise, to distract from her true identity? Are we the last ones? My thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a man's voice. Upon hearing the voice, I'm brought back to reality. This time my heart doesn't beat fast, quite the contrary. Rather than simply slowing down, it feels like my heart has actually stopped beating altogether. Looks like all the others have left already. But Mr. Park's not here yet. I was told he'd be here. Oh, really? Hey, why is that locked? Step away. Mr. Kim must have locked it. Alright, that's it. From what I can tell, the two men are carrying something while talking to each other. Now, it may sound like a regular conversation at first. They're speaking slower than usual, and they're out of breath. Which gives me the idea of the condition the men are in. I feel my heart starting to beat faster again. By the way, about that other thing. Huh? Oh, you mean, yeah. How did they even do it? Don't concern yourself with that. They do their own thing. Let them be. Better to stay out of it. Isn't that obvious? Isn't it all about the ritual? Well, anyway. Young folk these days lack true faith. That's just the facts. Don't even say that. Those poor lost souls. I pray for their salvation. Yeah, that's it. Park will come here for the rest. He's always late. He'll be here soon. Let's get out of here. I hear something again. The sound of footsteps moving away slowly becomes more faint and then disappears. With the sound completely gone, I sigh and attempt to exit the closet. Wait a minute. Wait a little longer, just in case. Hana looks serious and carefully peeks through the closet's small gap. I look at her while she does so. Hana is truly a beautiful woman. I know it's not exactly the right moment, but being trapped in such a tight space, it's pretty much impossible for me not to notice. I'm lucky she can't read my mind. There's a new level of pathetic even for me. Maybe she can. I can feel the blood rush into my head, so I preemptively turn away to look to the other side. After a few minutes that feel like an eternity, we decide to step out of the closet. Our surroundings are still quite dead. Think the coast is clear? Yeah, I don't think anyone's still around. Those men, what were they talking about? I recall the villagers' conversation. It's obviously a cause for concern, but now's not the right time for an in-depth analysis. I'm not too sure, but I've definitely heard them say Mr. Park will be here soon. Don't think about it too hard for now. Let's hurry. Looks like that door's open now. I'll go take a look, so keep an eye out, okay? Hannah quickly makes her way inside the previously locked room. I lean against the wall. From there I can see both the front and back entrances at the same time. Yes, ma'am. Just keeping an eye out. With my arms folded, I stand there and keep watch while talking to myself. As you do. About 3 minutes pass that way. I take turns checking each direction to make sure there are no unwanted guests. Maybe it's because I've been focusing so intensely, but I'm starting to really feel tired. I twiddle my thumbs to keep my mind occupied, and that's when things escalate all of a sudden. I hear the door being opened loudly and quickly turn around to see what's going on. Hannah is running towards me and looks absolutely terrified. Run! Come on! What's going on? Go, go, go! Whoa, hey, wait! I lose my balance and bump into the furniture next to me as Hannah sprints towards me. All the clutter falls down to the ground and shatters, making a lot of noise. I try to avoid stepping on any shards and turn my head to look inside the door to check out what made Hannah panic. What the? There's a strange thing dressed in what looks like a priest's robe. Very, very slowly it's approaching, phasing through the wall. An entity of pure horror and malice. We're in grave danger. One glance is enough to know how much trouble we're in right now. Also, I remember that these are powerful beings, and the humans are utterly helpless against them. How do I know that? Where did I hear that? From Sumi, just before. I don't really know. Not that it's important right now. Crap! Whatever happens, I have to stay away from that thing, but... Hannah, wait. Slow down. I try to stay calm as the situation allows, and manage to stop Hannah. Hannah looks at me, and I point my finger in the direction she was headed to focus her attention. Who's there? Is that you, Hong? Did you screw up again? No, I'm over here. It wasn't me. What was all that ruckus just now? I can hear multiple people gathering. Attracted by the loud noises, the villagers are starting to flock to this place. They seem to be coming from the main entrance. If we kept running that way, it would have caused us to run straight into them. Hannah's face turns a little red, probably because she realizes how big of a mistake she'd almost made. I doubt even elite-level lawyers are trained for this kind of situation. Then again, who is? I turn around and take a look behind me. The malicious robe-wearing entity is getting closer. Let's run toward the forest. Filled with desperation, I look at the back door. And on my signal, we both start running toward the woods at full speed. Who was that? They went that way. I hear the villagers shouting behind me. I can't waste a single second looking back. Hannah and I sprint through the forest like our lives depend on it, because they do. Phew. It's only been about a minute, but sprinting at full speed has already made me lose my breath. We're both moving a lot slower now, and I can still hear footsteps and voices coming from behind us. Granted, they sound pretty far away, but they're slowly but surely getting closer. We have to run faster. If only we could get out of this forest. Hannah? Hannah's foot gets caught on something, causing her to fall down. I immediately run over to her. It's okay, I just tripped, that's all. That looks bad. Is that your ankle? I think so. Hannah looks down at her ankle and tries to move her foot, but to no avail. I look up and check behind us. We can't stop here. We're not safe from the villagers chasing us yet. I doubt they would simply kill us on the spot if they caught us like this. Our role in their grand plan is too important for that to happen. However, it would be a massive hindrance for any of my survival plans. I've gone to great lengths to ensure that they think they're successful deceiving me. I can't afford to get caught and have the advantage ruined. Get up quickly. I'll support you. You can lean on me. Keep it down, otherwise I'll catch both of us. Hannah steadies her breath and looks around. Can you see that over there? There's a small pit. Looks like it can barely fit one person. No way. You want to hide in there? If we stay like this, they'll get us both. I'd rather hide in there and try to escape by myself. But Hannah, that's way too dangerous. Surely if they dug that pit to catch someone, they would check it. If they search around here, they'll find you in no time. No, I doubt they'll comb the area that thoroughly. They're just checking for the source of the sounds. They don't even know what it is they're looking for. But if you move while having to support me, they'll find us for sure. It's best for both of us. What an incredibly cruel dilemma. I can hear Hannah's voice trembling. Though she's trying to appear confident, it's clear that this is incredibly hard for her. I feel like I'm responsible for this predicament because I tried to hurry things along too much. That thought only makes leaving Hannah behind an even harder decision. I look back. I can hear their voices. The villagers are getting closer. Damn it. Damn it, here we go. Come on, I hope you get over there. It hurts. Slow down. You're stubborn. Really, really stubborn. Shut up. Don't belittle me. Just making observations, talking to myself. Your temper is something else. No? Want to fight over it? Not fair, you'd win. Alright, hide over there and remember the spot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to become a burden. Save it for later. Just be careful and stay safe. I set Hana down in front of the pit. Hana bends down and carefully enters the pit. Fortunately, the pit is deep enough to hide Hana quite nicely. But I'm still really concerned about her ankle. Just go already, I'll be fine. We'll meet back at our usual spot. Hana nods, and I pick up branches and fallen leaves to cover the pit with an improvised natural-looking lid. Okay, this should keep them from finding her anytime soon. Having finished my concealment work on the pit, I run off in the opposite direction. A fair distance away from the pit, I kick a nearby tree as hard as I can. Hey, did you hear that too? What is it? Come on guys, my foot already feels like a drumstick. Those sounds, can't you hear it? That way, over there. I can hear the men running toward me. That should do the trick. I start running again. I can feel my sore legs doing their best for one final push. Alright, I just have to get out of this forest. After all is said and done, I have to act like nothing ever happened. I have to think carefully. Whew, jeez. Arriving back at the village, I lean against the wall of a nearby building and try to catch my breath. The cold breeze hits my warm, sweaty body and cools me down. I adjust my jacket a little and wipe the sweat off my forehead. Damn it, they got away! You sure they're here? Who'd be stupid enough to head right into town? You still have to check it out. I hide and then check where the voices are coming from. Off in the distance I can see two men. Did they come here all the way from the town hall? They're out of breath and are looking around anxiously. What should I do? Just stay hidden like this? But maybe waltzing around like nothing just happened would actually work. Now, let's just stay hidden. No time for risky nonsense, I'll just hide. I pay close attention to every single move the two men make. So it was just two people, right? Yeah, I think so. At least I think. I don't get it. Who the hell could it have been? One of ours wouldn't have run, right? No, you're right. No way, you think another heretic has appeared? Shh, keep it down. Don't ever say such things out loud. I don't care. This is important. The ritual's in its last stages, but if there's a heretic in our midst, I'll have to let the administration know. You want to tell them? What if all that does is make us look bad? Why, we did our job properly, right? Let's just hurry. The two men walk off somewhere else after their conversation. Heretic. There's another one. This is interesting info. I stay at my hiding spot and think about what I've just heard. No matter how hard I try, it's difficult to piece everything together. I shake my head to clear my thoughts a little. I guess what really counts here is that they said they didn't find anyone. Hunter appears to be safe, thank God. I should meet with her back at our usual spot once some time has passed. Agreed. With that in mind, I head toward my next destination. Alright, are we doing a person again, or are we going to... Oh, it's nighttime. Having finished everything on my schedule, I'm back in my room. The sun's already setting. This is the end of the 5th day. I'm beat. Back in my room, I move around and stretch a little to loosen up my tired body. I've been busy walking around all day long. On top of the physical part, the mental aspect of it all was very taxing as well. But little by little, I can tell I'm making progress. It's like there's finally a light in this hellish maze, where the exit wasn't visible so far. Just a little more. I mumble to myself while cozying up under my blanket. There's still no way to know exactly who the real human is, but if I keep working at it as hard as today, I'm sure I'll figure it out in time. Yeah, I think we're doing well. Definitely. We're getting there. We need another murder so that we can start narrowing down more suspects, really. Not that I want other people to die, of course, but, you know. We kind of need them to. Plus, they're throwing themselves into the fire anyway, aren't they? They're willing sacrifices and shit. It's morning already. My eyelids still feel incredibly heavy. I must have slept badly. I wake up, stumble around a little and check my phone. 3 days until this election. I expected this message. What's more important today is where the murder site is located. I grab my phone and wait for a while, but I don't receive any other text messages. Whew. I let out a relieved sigh. Looks like there's no incident today. I feel a little better and toss the phone on the blanket. I make plans in my head about what I have to do today. I mull it over quite carefully. I don't think there's a lot I can do currently. I have to meet with the woman who's most likely to be the human and establish a bond of trust, and I obviously have to scour around for evidence. The time to draw my conclusions about the culprits draw near, so today's search will be very important. If I have some time left in the evening, I should focus on building up some more trust once again. Alright, first things first. I think I've earned a little more sleep. No! We need to do shit! You son of a bitch. After a couple more hours of sleep, I get up and leave the motel. My mind seems a lot clearer. Looks like sleep was all I needed. I breathe in the dewy air. No matter how horrible this village is, I can't deny the morning air is highly refreshing. Time for my date soon. I make calculations in my head on how much time remains. I also think about who's most likely to be the human. With my thoughts in order, I continue. First of all, I should go to that person. That person. Let's go see Sumi. Like usual. The abandoned school has already become synonymous with someone who's tough to deal with. A self-centered personality, a hard-to-talk-to attitude, and no effort to hide her disinterest in me. I can't imagine that she's had an easy life up to this point. There's also that diary I found. The biggest clue in it is that a young student named Sumi Choi attended this school back in 1979. The child named Sumi from the diary would be a middle-aged woman by now, so she can't be the same person as the one I know. That honestly doesn't leave many possibilities. First, they happen to have the same name. Second, the Sumi Choi I know is using someone else's name. Third, a non-human being is imitating a person named Sumi Choi who existed in the past. I don't really like any of those. No. I scratch my head and walk toward the spot where Sumi usually hangs out. I still wonder whether I should bring up the diary when I talk to her. I can't see Sumi anywhere. This being her usual spot, I automatically figured that she'd be here. Now I'm standing here on my own, looking all lost and confused. Could she be inside the actual school building? My eyes shift toward the abandoned school. Come to think of it, she lost her key inside the office, so she's been in here before. I head for the school and step inside. No trouble in sight so far. I just have to look a quick look around the office again. The whole office is still just as messy as last time. I head straight for the cabinet where the students' diaries are. I go through the whole pile of diaries. I'm looking for anything belonging to Ginsuk Park. Ginsuk Park. Ginsuk Park. Yep, there we go. Fortunately, it doesn't take long for me to find Ginsuk Park's diary. I wonder if there's more. I search through the rest of the pile, but I can't find anything else with Ginsuk's name on it. Looks like this will have to do for now. I ignore the other diaries and carefully open the one with Ginsuk's name on it. Or rather, I try to open it. Footsteps. Yeah, those are definitely footsteps. Is there someone other than me snooping around? I stuff the diary into my bag and nervously crouch under a desk. I concentrate on the footsteps while holding my breath. Silence. They've stopped. My heart's racing, my adrenaline's on overdrive, and then... achoo! I can hear a cute sneeze. The number one most unfitting sound for such a bleak environment. Achoo! Achoo! I peek out my head and look over the desk. I can see Sumi right in front of the office door, which I left open. Sumi's sneezing and sniffling from breathing in all the dust around here. She takes out a papery talisman, wipes her nose with it, and throws it on the floor. I wonder if it's really okay to use these things like that. It's hard on my back, but I crawl up from underneath the desk and get up. Yo, Sumi! Why are you here? I came to see you and you weren't at your usual spot, so I started to look for you. You came to see me? What are you doing here? You don't need to know that. Are you really here to see me? Huh? Yeah, of course I am. No one else at the school? Then help me. I'm sorry? Are my ears playing tricks on me? Did Sumi actually ask me for help just now? Sure, I guess. What can I help you with? Follow me. Giving me the order to follow, Sumi starts taking the lead. Direct, rude, and unruly, same as always. Yet it feels like something has changed. Something's different. Sumi still has a limp while walking. Looks like her injuries haven't fully healed yet. Walking around in that state while carrying a bag as heavy as his must be really painful and strenuous. I reach for Sumi's bag. Give me that. Sumi hands me the bag without a word. What a highly unusual reaction. I was right about something feeling different this time. I pick up Sumi's heavy bag and try to make sense of the sudden change of behaviour. You helped her last time, right? Maybe that's it. You just gotta be nice. By the way, where are we going? Why does that concern you? You asked me to help, right? That means I should probably know what I'm supposed to help you with. It's best if you don't know in advance, because we might run away and hide. What is it with this girl? She always makes things so incredibly ominous. It's at this precise moment that I recall the humiliating rituals she put me through previously. I stop. I won't go if you don't tell me. I feel like a nagging child throwing a hissy fit. Rightfully so. I don't want to be put through another ordeal like that without being adequately prepared. Hey, wait a minute! I'm taken by complete surprise as Sumi forcibly grabs my arm. She's dragging me behind her. It's unfair. I don't want to resist because I'm still worried about her injuries. My mind is torn back and forth, but my body's steadily moving. Ouch, okay, relax. I'm going. You win. I give up and quietly follow Sumi. The taste of defeat is a bitter one. The bag is in my hand is so heavy. I'll worry about what's inside. What has she got planned this time? The lake? I didn't expect us to end up here of all places. Sumi leaves me alone while I'm still surprised and starts looking around. Come here. Sumi, after having looked around for quite a while, calls out to me. Behind her is an old boat. No frickin' way. What's the problem? Sumi gets on the boat and asks me nonchalantly. I want to stand my ground and stay where I am, but her piercing eyes simply won't allow it. She may look like a little girl, but for some reason there's no way to win a stare down against her. Damn it. Screw this. Grunting heavily, I get on the boat. The only boat I've ever been on in my life was one of those cheesy duck boats on the Han River. It takes me a while to figure everything out, but before long, I'm moving the paddles and start rowing along rather sloppily. This old piece of junk is pretty much impossible to steer and only moves very, very slowly. It looks very natural. You appear to have a talent for this. I got a few years on you. It's only natural I've got more experience, isn't it? Ha! Did that little brat seriously just laugh at me? I'm a little pissed off for a moment. But that feeling's quickly washed away by the realization that Sumi just laughed. Emotions. Actual emotions. Well, looks like she really is full of surprises today. I keep rowing and moving the boat forward. There's no real conversation. Every now and then, Sumi instructs me on where to row next, while she looks down to the water. I have a lot of time to think while mindlessly paddling. I guess what I'm here to do is to help with is rowing. Feels like I'm being used, which isn't great, but it beats being abused. Stop here. I stop the boat. Wait here. You're not seriously going in the water. I have to find it myself. You stay here. Hey, just wait. It's early winter already. It'd be freezing if you get wet, and I can only watch as Sumi jumps off the boat without a second thought. I had assumed that a second after jumping in, she'd come back up, trembling. Instead, Sumi is a surprisingly good diver, and seems to actively be looking for something. The outline of Sumi's silhouette is dimly visible through the lake's surface. Fortunately, I don't think the lake is that deep. I look up and take in the lake and its surrounding scenery. The fog-covered lake lies quiet, and there appears to be a stream of sorts visible in the distance. I guess there's a thin line between this being a lake or an actual river. I wait on the boat alone with my thoughts. I feel like quite a bit of time has passed already. She must have been in there for over a minute by now, right? Why isn't she back yet? I look down into the lake and start to get worried. Sumi's blurry silhouette down in the water isn't moving. Oh shit! I finally start to realize the severity of the situation. Pretty sure I heard that recently in that other game. The Threnody of Crashing Waves, that one. I dive headfirst into the lake. I see Sumi and manage to grab her. I drag her back up toward the surface. It's been ages since I last went swimming. The long nights of overworking my cup noodle fueled body in front of my computer have taken their toll on my cardiovascular system. Jeez. Whoa. I'm so exhausted. I feel like all I want to do is fall down and faint. I have to keep it together. There's no time for that. I carefully hug Sumi, who's completely passed out. Hey, Sumi! Wake up! No answer. Sumi! Damn it, wake up! I shake Sumi's unconscious body. There's no reaction whatsoever. This is horrible, she's in danger. Okay, let's see. Artificial ventilation. How did that work again? I lay Sumi's body down. I have hazy memories of my company's crash course on first aid measures. I'm not sure if what I'm doing is right, but I have to try. Don't die. Please. Please, Sumi. I have no clue how much time has passed already. I'm doing whatever I can, with every ounce of strength I have left. I can't even tell if I'm drenched in water or sweat anymore. I keep repeating the same process, putting pressure on her chest, closing her nose and blowing air into her mouth. Sumi finally regains consciousness. Sumi keeps coughing up and spitting out water, occasionally stopping to gasp. We both sit there catching our breath without saying anything for quite a while. God damn it! What the hell were you thinking? What do you mean? You almost died. You can't pull stunts like that with your injuries. You could have just asked me. My emotional outburst comes as a surprise, even to myself. It's okay, I'm not dead. What? You're actually being serious. Are you? Also, I found it. Sumi shows me the red stuff she's holding in her hand. She's not dead because we just fucking saved her. She's doing so in the most casual manner imaginable, which is highly unnerving considering she spent the last few minutes dead. I'd love to have just knocked it out of her hand in a fit of rage, but no. Considering the circumstances, I'll just play along. Okay, cool, so what is it? King Crimson. Of course, and what are you doing with that? Mixed with the right ingredients, it becomes a powerful talisman. Now let's get back, we got a lot to do. Yeah, let's do that, I'm exhausted too. What are you doing? I can't move. Huh? I look at Sumi's legs. They're visibly shaking. Always the same with her. Pretending to be fine when in reality it looks like her legs are about to fall off. Well, take it easy. Rest here a while. I have to get back to the boat. Your things are still on there. Okay. Sumi seems a little panicked, but I have to leave her behind for this. I look out onto the lake. The boat isn't too far away and the lake isn't deep. The one problem there is the temperature. Oh boy. I really don't want to get back into the water again, but there's no other way. I move around to warm myself up, then plunge myself back into the icy water. I walk back towards Hope Hill Village while carrying Sumi. At first, she had vehemently refused and didn't want to be carried on my back. Now she's comfortably glued to it, seemingly without a care in the world. Hey, it's our first glimpse of what we look like. Are you asleep? No. Try not to fall asleep. Carrying like this is hard enough already as it is. Am I heavy? Wonder how I should respond to Sumi's question. No. No, you're not heavy at all. Obviously, you're a man after all. I want to reply, but I can't think of anything. No, this isn't because I'm some sort of Hercules. Sumi's almost too light. She's a ghost. So much so that I'm concerned for her health. We keep walking in silence for a while. Despite everything, my mind's strangely at peace. Wow. Can't even remember the last time I went for a swim. Me neither. We both look like drowned rats, utterly bedraggled. Now there's an old metaphor. I've never heard anyone actually say it that out loud. I've never heard it before either. I've no idea what to make of Sumi's words. What do you mean by that? I don't know, It's weird. I missed you. I wonder if Sumi's just dozing off and talking in her sleep. She's not exactly a good talker, but this is more confusing than anything I've heard so far. Hey. Yeah? What's your name? You didn't even know my name all this time? Yeah. Wow, that's like... I can't even... It's Jinsung Park. Hey, Jinsung Park. You don't have to repeat it like that again. Thank you for helping me. Although a thank you is usually par for the course, this one in particular has me at a genuine loss for words. Sumi stops talking and comfortably stretches out all over my back again. I keep walking down the road in complete silence. It's an old-fashioned expression, but as Sumi put it, we really are bedraggled drowned rats. Walking through the cold winter air while soaking wet feels highly unpleasant, but I can only imagine how hard it must be on Sumi's fragile small body, which is why I head for the motel without disturbing her any further. She needs rest. After dropping Sumi off at her room, I walk into mine utterly exhausted. Time for a shower. Oh yeah, the hot water makes my freezing, shivering body feel like it's about to melt. While under the shower, I gather my thoughts and think about what happened today. Sumi almost died. She risked her life to find something that can aid her in the exorcism of the evil she's up against. If Sumi is really a regular human, why on earth is she so obsessed with exorcism? Can she really feel the demonic presence in this town? Maybe there's a way to avoid anything bad from happening. I wash myself and return to the room for a change of clothes. With my thoughts in order, I suddenly recall a diary that I hadn't finished reading yet. I grab Gun Suk's diary from my bag. It contains information about a child named Sumi Choi who lived in the 70s. Somewhere in there, I'm sure there's information that will help me better understand the Sumi Choi of today. Instead of being glad, the thought makes me hesitate. Could it be that the Sumi I know isn't human? Thank you for helping me. No way. I shouldn't waste my time on such gloomy thoughts. The 9th day is fast approaching. I have to stay alive no matter what. After a few deep breaths, I flip open the diary. June 26, 1979. It's vacation time. The ugly girl came to my house to play. She said that she's always seen the ginkgo tree that we have from a distance, and that it looks even bigger up close. She seems to have really liked the tree, so we sat underneath it together today. We ate watermelon together. It was really good. August 5th, 1979. I've been thinking. I feel bad about calling the girl ugly all this time. I always just call her that because everyone else did. So I asked Quan to help me find a new nickname. I lifted up the ugly girl's bangs and took a closer look at her face. Her eyes are so beautiful. I've decided to call her Pretty Girl from now on. Quan laughed when he heard that, but I don't care. I'll call her Pretty from now on. August 7th, 1979. Today the Pretty Girl, me and 3 others were out catching crayfish by the stream. I slipped and held onto her, so we both fell into the water. Guji pointed at us and said we both looked like bedraggled, like drowned rats. It was the first time any of us saw the Pretty Girl laugh. Wow. Can't even remember the last time I went for a swim. Me neither. We both looked like drowned rats, utterly bedraggled. Now there's an old metaphor. Never heard anyone actually say that out loud. I've never heard it before either. What do you mean by that? I don't know, it's weird. I missed you. Like a drowned rat. I think of Sumi's words. I could make sense of it back then. Could this peculiar choice of words simply be a coincidence? I stare at the diary for a while, unable to turn the page. Then I continue reading. August 9th, 1979. Today I decided to go to the Pretty Girl's house. Quan said he was too scared to go. I didn't want to go alone, so I forced him. At first, she hated the idea of us coming to her house. My dad was against it as well. But I wanted to visit her anyway. Turned out she was really happy when we came. It was my first time seeing a shaman's house. It was amazing. Quan, her and me played and were having fun, and then the Pretty Girl's dad came. I was really scared at first when I saw him. He greeted Quan and me, and then took the Pretty Girl away into her room, and told her she needed to practice. She apologized to us both. Is she trying to follow her dad's footsteps and become a shaman? We returned earlier than expected. I wanted to spend more time with the Pretty Girl. I was really sad. August 11th, 1979. Today I saw the Pretty Girl while I was walking down the street. She was out by the stream all alone, so I wanted to surprise her, but she didn't even flinch. I sat next to her and she said that she was sorry about the other day. She said she would have wanted to play with me too. I asked her if she wanted to become a shaman as well. She said no, because if she did become one, she couldn't go to school anymore, which means she might not be able to meet me anymore. I thought to myself that if she didn't want to become one, she wouldn't have to be. But I can understand her being afraid to say no to his scary dad. That's why we made a promise. Even if the Pretty Girl becomes a shaman one day, we will always be together. And Quan too, of course. The diary ends here. It doesn't seem like there are any significant clues in there. Is there really nothing that can provide me some new information? No way. Maybe there's something that I overlooked. I take another look at the first page. July 26th, 1979. It's vacation time. The ugly girl came to my house to play. She said she's always seen the ginkgo tree we have from a distance, and that it looks even bigger up close. She seems to have really liked the tree, so we sat underneath it together today. We ate watermelon together. It was really good. Just a list of regular diary entries. I can't see how any of this could help me. Wait, hold on a sec. I take another look at the first page. July 26, 1979. She said she'd always seen the ginkgo tree we have from a distance. It looks even bigger up close. A very big ginkgo tree. A place fitting that description would definitely stand out. If I find out where it is, maybe it'll lead me to new information about Sumi. It's worth a shot. I'll take another look at the diary. No, I don't think the rest of what's in there is of any use to me. Well, guess that's that. I close the diary. I try to sort out my thoughts and get everything in order. My mind's all over the place. I think piecing all this together will take some time. I stand up. Anyway, one thing after another. Time to think about what to do next. And with that, we can finally wrap this one up here. The last episode ended up being a little bit short. Today's one ended up being a little bit long. You know how it goes. It's an interesting one, though. It does very much seem like Sumi probably isn't the human, but we don't have any evidence to the contrary at this stage, so we'll keep at it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.